Today on the net, Iranian web users react to the public hanging of 2 men in Tehran. Migrant workers in China turn to unusual ways of demanding unpaid wages. And NASA needs web users' help to solve a problem. Two Iranian men, Ali Reza Mafia and Mohammad Ali Savari, were hanged on Sunday in the capital, Tehran. They were executed after attacking a man with their 2 accomplices in broad daylight on a Tehran street back in December 2012. The incident was caught on CCTV camera, and the video, which we see here, has since been widely relayed online. Many Iranians feel the sentence was disproportionate to the crime committed and have taken to the web to voice their outrage. Blogger Amir Hadi Anvari, for example, says the 2 men were only 20 and 24 years old and stole the equivalent of just $20. He doesn't condone their act, but says he can understand what drove them to it, as young people in Iran have very little hope for the future, and a worker's salary isn't enough to feed a family. This other web user agrees, and in this photo montage denounces the double standards in Iran's justice system, highlighting how 2 young men were killed for stealing $20, yet the former director of the Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran, who is suspected of embezzling over $2 billion, is holidaying in the Caribbean and is left well alone by the authorities. For Dara, it's not just the severity of the sentence which is shocking, it's also the way in which the 2 petty thieves were executed. In this blog post, she condemns the public hanging and how the crowd looked on as if they were at the cinema or the theatre, as if it were entertainment. Disgusting behaviour, she says, making them accessory to the hanging. Confrontations over unpaid wages are common in the run-up to the Chinese New Year or Spring Festival, but some of China's migrant workers are no longer angrily demanding wages from bosses or taking part in demonstrations that often turn violent and involve clashes with police. They're finding more original and certainly more peaceful ways of protesting. Construction workers from Wuhan, the capital of Hubei province in central China, staged a somewhat unexpected demonstration to highlight their predicament. As we can see in these images circulating on the local web, they danced the famous Gangnam Style to demand 28,000 euros in unpaid wages from their boss. Unusual forms of protest that, despite government-imposed censorship, are enjoying great success among Chinese web users. This video, for example, was posted online by a female migrant worker at the end of 2012, and it's been viewed close to 2 million times. A satirical clip in which she denounces a recurring problem of unpaid wages by mimicking an official addressing the problem at a press conference. And it's not just the workers participating in these peaceful operations, their children are also getting involved. In the southern province of Yunnan last year, for example, a group of 13 children lobbied their parents' bosses, brandishing signs saying the unpaid wages meant they were going hungry and couldn't go to school. The pictures of their protest sparked a wave of emotion at the time, and the migrant workers were eventually paid their dues. NASA needs help solving a problem and is asking web users from all over the world for their help. The government agency has launched a competition called topcoder.com to find the best way of positioning the International Space Station's solar panels, as the current lack of efficiency is hindering certain scientific experiments. There's $30,000 up for grabs, which will be shared by the 10 most innovative entries. The Let's Get Naked in the Snow Facebook page is full of photos of web users posing in the snow wearing next to nothing or nothing at all. The idea was started by British web user Leanne Myers, who took a photo of herself in her garden wearing just her underwear to make her friends and colleagues laugh. And the idea has had a snowball effect on social networks, with many web users following suit in their birthday suit or a little more. The shots are going to be used in a calendar which will be sold, with all proceeds going to a children's hospital. Devin Graham, who's behind many of the extreme sports videos you see on YouTube, recently spent time in Los Angeles with members of the scooter freestyle team Lucky. And as we can see in this video, which is currently doing the rounds on sharing sites, it's an action sport that involves all sorts of freestyle tricks and spectacular moves.